All right? Stadium is built with specific areas for NFL locker rooms, media, and medical facilities. They knew they were going to have themselves some NFL games, and they knew they were going to have themselves some Stacey Dales. Okay, let's welcome her in right now. She's always with the Bears for us, and this week she'll be with both teams over in London. Good morning, Stacey.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon. High tea to you guys back in America. What a beautiful stadium. You referenced it, Mike. This is the home of the Hotspur in the Premier League. This is really the NFL of the UK, if you will, for soccer. So what a facility it is. We're going to see Chase Daniel, guys, in just the fifth start of his career for these Chicago Bears. And they are pumped because if ever a team loved its backup quarterback, it is the Chicago Bears. He is 2-2 all time as a starter in his career. Obviously, two of those games coming just a season ago with these Bears when Mitch Trubisky was once then injured. This year, it's the other shoulder. I asked head coach Matt Nagy, what are the strong attributes of Chase Daniel as your starter? And he said two things, leadership and anticipation. So it's the leadership guys in the huddle, directing the players, getting them into the right formation. And then it's the anticipation of knowing where to go with the football. He's been with Matt Nagy, as we know, for several years. New Orleans, the Chiefs, and now the Bears. He's also, guys, played in two London games, one with the Chiefs in 2015 and one with the Saints in 2017. So he's well aware of what this feels like. The Bears came in yesterday and they're super pumped about Chase Daniel to lead this team against a once again hungry Oakland Raiders squad as we get ready for a fun one. The first NFL game ever, guys, here at Tottenham Stadium.
There you go. They are super pumped. They are super jet-lagged, Stacey, but they'll be okay. You're cool. You were ready to go for us this morning. We appreciate you. We'll be back with you later. Thank you, Stacey. How will the Bears offense fare without Trubisky? Well, since 2018, they're better when Mitch is in the lineup. They score more points, rack up more yards. That's the goal of the game. It's the goal of playing offense, Mike Robb.
Yes, it is.
But the biggest difference is on third down.
That's because of his legs.
Takes the snap. Draw pass time. Throws inside. Picked off again. Off the fingertips of Everett. Diving for the ground was Kendrick Thompson. What a play.
A 44-yard field goal with 15 seconds remaining in a Thursday night thriller.
It's up. And it's no good. Rick Sherlock misses it.
That was a wild game on Thursday night. And what you didn't see in that clip was Russell Wilson's sorcery out there. I mean, he was able to get out of trouble over and over again, make all sorts of things happen. You had so many things that happened in that game, from the Tyler Lockett catch that was incredible, and the throw, too. I don't know which was better, to the juggling catch in the end zone by Chris Carson. But Russell Wilson in this game, I think, really showed everybody how amazing he actually is. What do you think?
MVP. I'm calling it right now, Russ. The way you're playing football right now is unmatched because that offensive line isn't great. They can run the football. They got a lot of maulers that can just jump on the defensive line and maul. So we know they can run the football. But this passing attack and them protecting, it's just Russ back there being Russ, creating offense. And I've played against Russell Wilson, and he is one of the hardest guys I know our defensive linemen always said to tackle in the pocket. But his anticipation of what's going on around him in that pocket, I said I never wanted my son to play quarterback. But watching Russell Wilson play the quarterback position and be that dynamic, I was calling him Houdini, because if he can keep doing this and he can prolong drives and he can prolong plays the way he did in that game, I like Seattle right now.
Why did you want your son to play quarterback?
Yeah, they get paid.
That's the premier position. Yeah. You don't get hit in practice.
I know. They wear red jerseys.
They get paid. But do they get paid too much?
Man. I'm a corner. Yeah. We'll allude to that a little later.
I know, exactly. But watching what he was able to do out there, it never even looks like Russell Wilson is in trouble when he is in trouble.
No, he's never really in trouble. And again, he's one of the movement quarterbacks in our league. And it kind of goes back to when we talked about Cam Newton a few weeks ago, and his issues and being hurt and trying to not risk himself to so many hits. Russell knows when to get down. Mm-hmm. He's always in that protective of his body mode. He understands his greatest ability is his availability, right? I think the reason why we don't talk about Russell in the greatest quarterback, right now conversation is because I think we got to see him carry this team to a Super Bowl, or at least get there. I'm not necessarily saying winning, but he's one of the 5 or 6 guys in this league that can beat you with all of his other abilities. He doesn't have to just beat you from the pocket. He can run. If you stop him from running, he can beat you from the pocket. I mean, can you get more efficient than 17 for 23, 4 touchdowns, 268 yards, 150?
Not much more.
You can't get more efficient.
And you still need to see him take them to a Super Bowl before you can put him in that echelon of the great ones.
You know why? Because to win a Super Bowl, right? Like, everything is on the line, right? Yeah. And when we won it in 2013, we were led by a great defense and a beast in the backfield.
Absolutely.
Everybody had to be ready to tackle beast mode. And I think that Super Bowl was Russell's coming out party. That's what we play this game for, a Super Bowl. So when I see him do it in the playoffs and carry that team through the playoffs, oh, yeah, that's when I think he'll be in the national conversation.
Everything they're doing the last couple of, I mean, they had rebuilding years where they won 10 and 9 games, and it's because of Russell Wilson. And a lot of times people say, well, why their offensive line? Why don't they invest more in the offensive line? You don't have to, right? So their roster, the way that they construct their roster, if they draft an offensive lineman and he's just they will retain him, but they won't spend extra money for offensive linemen because Russell's his own lineman at times. And that's what he's doing. So now they'll find good run-blocking offensive linemen that they can find out there. They'll use the rest of the money. Well, they'll give a lot to Russell at $35 a year. Okay, so they're sort of paying for him and his blockers at the same time. But also, they'll use it on defense, and that's why they're strong in a lot of other areas as well here. So, yeah, that to me is the value of the guy. He's more than just the quarterback, which we know is extremely important. He's what's happening in front of him.
It was a couple of years ago. I was on Total Access talking about Russell, and I got a call from Coach Carroll, and we had a very lively conversation. And I said, "Well, Pete, what's up with this offense? What's it about?" It was a couple of years ago. I said, "What's the identity of this offense?" He said, 3. It's 3. You got any more questions? I think you're right, Coach. I think you're right.
Yeah, absolutely right. Like
amazing.
You said, he makes the guys up front better.
Yeah.
He makes those receivers better. How many times did we see guys covered and Russ extending the play, and then it was a big play because he was able to extend the play, and those guys were able to just do the scramble drill and get open.
That pass to Tyler Lockett, it was almost like Russell Wilson was throwing it away.
And
it was just like
that ball
it was put in the perfect situation.
Tyler boxed the defender out, too. That was a great job by the receiver.
1,000 yards this year. That's what's going to happen for Tyler Lockett. Just